Okay, we're starting game number 2 of Rats versus EWI. Rats taking the first game. They win the next game, they go into top 8 knockout stage. Well, Barnes came in late into champion selection. There's a Darius Belveth and a Callista band, Wie, Ivan, and a Zir band. Ezreal been taken up here first. I wasn't too impressed, honestly, in any games that Crownie has been playing recently on Ezreal. So I'm a little bit surprised still at the urgency on that. Corki taken as a response to that. I wonder what they're going to be picking. So some meta picks that's still doing quite well at the moment. You got Talia, Rel. Yeah, Rel's got taken here. That's probably also to deny Reckless because he likes playing Rel, I think, too. So Braum is pretty good pairing with the Ez. I actually think in some cases better than Lucian, for example. Just his Mystic Shot applies those Braum stacks. I think Braum's a good pickup here. I think they probably should pick it up here. I think they're just waiting time. They're probably discussing what they want to pick here for this pick here too. Are they going to take something for Baus to play blind into, since he's always weak side? What we've seen with Gragas is free. We could see a Gragas pick here. Pantheon being taken instead. Probably most likely jungle Pantheon, but I think Gragas was a potential blind pick option. If Bausi's had a great game on Gragas yesterday or the day before. He did get bullied a lot, but he did some fantastic ultis. What's the response here? They're going to take... Okay. It's going to be a Lilia. That's not locked in yet, though. I was going to say, is like a Xin Zhao pick going to be happening here, but Lilia being opted in here. So that's going to mean that both mid lane and top lane have not been chosen yet. We've already seen Sion played, Cho'Gath played, Victor and Tristana. You got Syndra ban coming out from EWI. What's the response here? Orianna maybe or something? Shen ban coming through. I wonder if Rats might ban like Orianna. There's already quite a lot of potential for EWI to get in there for a decent Orianna ulti. Especially them all being rounded up. Hui has been banned as well. Does mean also that both teams right now don't have great wave clear. So if they're looking to have a slight stall as well, they're not going to be that fantastic. Like Ezreal sucks at clearing out waves. Corki's a little bit better, but yeah. Cassante ban coming through. Be interesting to see what kind of I'm expecting wave clearing mid laners. Orianna. I was gonna say Victor, but that's already been taken. Zir's already been banned as well. Jhin. Oh, okay, so it's gonna be a Corki in the mid lane. The old bamboozle, is it? Okay. That does mean that they're going to have to take some sort of top laner with crowd control, I think, or a bit of beefiness up there. That is the Gragas pick that actually slipped through. That didn't get banned. We did mention that earlier on in the selection. They decided to focus on Nemesis rather than Baus. So what's the mid lane pick here going to be from Nemesis? There's a lot of mid lane bans there. The Azir, the Syndra, the Hui's been banned. Orianna's still free. I think Orianna could still be decent here. Like Orianna definitely, you got put the ball on the Pantheon quite easily there, getting a flash engage in on top of somebody. Talia could be okay. They don't have many dashes though. Talia has been a contested pick though, 70% win rate already. Yuumi with a Jhin? That's not going to happen surely. Also, Talia rocks being on the ground, like it makes it extremely dangerous for Yuumi to do anything though. Gallios? Is that going to be... Galio in the top lane? I think I like Rat's draft more, to be honest. I think that the Ezreal Braum bot lane is very strong. You know, you got Brom Wall there to deal with the Jhin ulti very comfortably. For the trading Brom E for an ultimate is easy peasy. You got a couple of kind of global engages there as well from Rats. You got the Talia ulti and a Pantheon ulti, so you could see a lot of early game pressure here too. I don't think the Jhin Rel matchup, like I don't think Jhin Rel does that fantastic together. That's a strange one to me. I think Rat's draft is way better. Like in the previous game, you could make arguments either side. This one, I think this is very clearly in favor of Rats. Baus is on a champion that he's comfortable with. We've seen him play very well in it. I think the Ezreal Brom lane is going to be very difficult, I think, for the enemy bot lane. We could end up seeing another lane swap as well happening later on into the game that we saw in the previous game. I think Corki is going to be able to apply a little pressure to the Talia here early, but yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to think of how EWI can do something here. Did it work, Veggie? No. Right. Jumping in 30 seconds already in the game here. What summoners have we got? Ezreal's running clans. We've got Brom running heal. Rel's running ignite and Jhin is running cleanse. Okay. So I guess there's a few bits of crowd control there that could Ezreal could be worried about locking up, but I don't know, you're playing Ez. Pretty safe champion. It feels a bit defeatist maybe to go into cleanse. I don't know. There's a lot of posturing going on, lots of little wards going down. Are they planning for an invade here though? Is this a cooked up level 1 playbook? I mean, you can do a lot here with Brom and Ezreal level 1 though. Lilia's kind of conceded off of this. Rel's engaging onto the Brom here. Using the blast cone to go over the wall from the Ezreal. Brom's already been taken down to half HP. Rel's been forced to flash away early though, so they're trading Brom half HP for Rel flash. Fortunately, I'm not able to clear out that ward in the tri-brush. Pantheon is gonna try not to smite that, but he's forced to smite the blue. He's gonna try and stay now for wolves. I'm not sure he's gonna be spotted by that ward though. There's a ward for EWI in the blue buff, but I don't know if they know that he's taking the wolf camp away as well. It's gonna be interesting to see which way Lilia paths after this though. Rel went to go check red buff and is currently... Okay, now they know that Pantheon is in the jungle and they're collapsing pretty fast and hard here. Rel was expecting the flash over the wall. Can the Brom get to the Pantheon in here in time? Heal used. Clutch heal comes in. Okay. And Lily's about to find out that her wolf camp is done, but she's going to have Gromp to go to, but... The fact that Lilia didn't go from her red to Rat's blue is huge here. Pantheon is now doing Krugs though. Baus is taking a lot of damage in this top lane versus the Galio in the 1v1. Yeah, it was a really good move from the Pantheon until he decided to go for Gromp. As soon as he went for Gromp, walking over that ward and they were able to collapse down. Yeah. We'll say that Rel lost a lot of XP though. She went all the way from her blue to Rat's red. She's still on level 1. Brom's on level 3. This is still on level 2 for now, but yeah, that Rel is not going to have ulti for quite some time. That's definitely going to be an issue for them later on. Ezreal going in pretty hard there, wall blocking the 4th shot. Q landing over to the rail, but nothing really of note to add there. I think no one really should be dying in this bot lane. Don't like the Jhin pick with the Rel. I don't think it really adds much. We'll see how it goes though. Lily is on bot side doing bot side scuttle, but Lily is also going to be struggling. She's a level behind right now. Bromwell are going to negate any fallout damage coming from the Jhin here. 4-shot lands on Brom, but he's 4 HP, so it doesn't do a huge amount. Jhin is falling down on mana too, so it's not going to be able to sustain that for too long. Teleport being used here from Gragas. Gallia's already used his. Gallia's prepping up to attack the Gragas when he gets back into lane. Meanwhile in the bot lane, Rel is still level 2. W from Ezreal lands. Is that stun going to connect through? No. That Bromwell is just causing so many issues for this Jhin. Because you just know when this damage is going to come through. Whenever Jin's looking to 4-shot, wall. It's going to be the same when the Jhin ults as well. The Brom ult is just going to... The Brom shield is going to do a lot. To delay the Jhin ult, to block a couple of shots. Potential tower dive looking here though. Pantheon doesn't have flash, but he's coming behind the lane here. Rel's in unmounted form, which means she's quite slow, but I think they don't play this. Rel has no flash, but I think going here for a tower dive is too greedy. Might see a Pantheon spear come across, maybe to interrupt recalls, but yeah. Talia is also coming down. Talia has 6. She has ulti. She's going to be coming on for a flank here. Where is Talia ulti? We're going to see the Talia ult. Ooh, I mean, they didn't have vision at the back. Just the threat of Talia ult did knock away their EWI's bot lane. Does mean that Rats do get a plate there. Would have been interesting to see if Talia would commit to that or not though. But just the threat of the Talia ulti just made them back off completely. Yeah, Jin's super far behind. 500 gold in Ezreal's favor right now. Also, Lilia has managed to keep up a little bit. She's going to go for grubs now. She can clear out grubs pretty fast. So this Lilia's done a good job getting back into the game. No real response here though from Rats. This is going to be free grubs. There's no dragon being done right now. Pantheon grabbing some KFC at the moment. Yeah, Pantheon's just clearing out. I think he's just trying to get to 6. I think that's probably what the plan is here. Just want Pantheon ulti and then probably do stuff from then on. Lilia's been pinged in the river. Looks like there might be a little bit of fight for Scuttle. They are on a ward. Lilia's probably already used Smite for grubs though. Pantheon has Smite. Level 6 goes over to Pantheon, engage onto Lilia. Knock up on Lilia, but Gallia ult is going to come down. Rel is also here too. Brom is still on bot side. Pantheon didn't actually walk over the Scuttle speed there to get out, but it's fine. It's Gallia ult used. Nothing really committed there either for Rats. There's a big advantage there as well to Rats to gain. Interesting to see what they do, what Rats do with Talia ulti and Pantheon ulti. Can they find anything here? Talia's resetting. Pantheon probably could do for a reset too. Jhin is still struggling in this lane. Jhin getting a little bit poked down. They're not going to have any bot prio EWI to be able to do the dragon, so the Rats should be looking to do dragon at some point. Ezreal puts these minions down pretty low health to be able to push in the wave. Maybe they look for a plate here. They know that Rel's in the tri-brush right now, but they also know that Rel's not going to be hitting 6 anytime soon. More poke damage coming on. Ezreal Q after Ezreal Q. Lilia is on her Gromp though, so she is close. Meanwhile in the mid lane, big knock-up combo coming for Talia. Pantheon ulti flying in. Corki forced the Valkyrie into the enemy jungle. Pantheon flash, and that is first blood going to Pantheon. That will open up Dragon. You could have Talia recall here and then ult back in. Looks like they're just going to go straight for the Dragon. Brom and Ezreal still have priority over bot lane. Jhin and Rel did recall, so this will be a Dragon pickup here. I'm glad you're enjoying the commentary, Maddie. So they're just leaving Pantheon to finish this off because their bot lane, Rat's bot lane, needs to just be able to get back into lane as quickly as possible here. I have no idea why Gragas is here though. I didn't even see this on the map. Why? What are you doing? We see this way too often though. Free objective for Rats on Dragon. Bowser's in Narnia top giving away stuff for free? Why? Why is he there? He knows his team is bot. Literally all 4 of his teammates are bot. Why is he in enemy jungle in 9 minutes? What is he doing? Plate goes over to Corki. Lilia is the one who collects that kill as well. It's not someone that you want to give a kill over early either. I don't understand that. Someone's gonna have to get the big brain Baus book over to me because I need to give it a read. And I don't even read books. That's saying something. Meanwhile, they are doing a lane swap. They have put Galio on bot side and they're putting Rel Jhin top. They did the same thing last game and it didn't really do much. I felt like the Galio was doing absolutely fine against the Gragas, but I think the big issue was that the Jhin wasn't doing good against the Ezreal Braum. I could see what Braum was trying to do there, try and stop the Galio from being able to charge away, but... Meanwhile, Grubs spawning in 18 seconds. Rats will not be playing for Grubs. Braum would have already rotated by now. So the fact that Braum is still bot is basically saying, okay, we want to get plates here bot side, get this Ezreal as much gold as possible. That is the game plan for them right now. There's no dragon for 3 minutes either, so it's not like they're going to take anything bot sides in terms of neutral objectives. They have to go for this plate here. They're looking for a 4-man tower dive in response to them doing Grubs. It's going to be very difficult to kill Galio though. He's pretty tanky and his turret is going to do a lot of damage. Galio is still extremely healthy. This turret has done more damage to Rats than to Galio. I don't think they can dive this. And also they're conceding mid. Look at the mid. Gragas is now teleporting mid to soak up the XP. Pantheon is now joining the fray. Taunt goes over to Pantheon. Knock up on Pantheon. Pantheon is falling down here. He is going to die to the turret. Oh, it's a complete disaster. Crowny also dies on Ezreal underneath the turret. What on earth was that? You would have thought they would have given that tower dive up after they failed the first time. I mean, I don't know. Just get the turret. Just get as much done to the turret. The Galio wave clear surely is just awful. Just if he tries to wave clear, you just poke the crap down out of him. I don't think they even need to do that at all. Oh, true. It was a crowning execute. True, because otherwise EWI would have gotten the first 3 kills in the game for boots, but that was an absolute horror show of a tower dive. Does look like Gragas is going to go down here, though. Walking over a Jhin trap, forced the flash away. Bit of a horror show here at the moment for Rats. The last couple of minutes have been a bit of a disaster. Plate does go over to Talia, not quite. It's on 1 HP. Pantheon is pathing his way down bot side. There are 3 of EWI in mid lane. Dragon is spawning in 1 minute 20. It's only the Scuttle ready to play for. They are kind of eyeing up the situation with the Talia potentially overextending bot side, but Ezreal does catch Jhin W and does have Lilia debuff, and nothing else comes from that. Trinity Force has been picked up by Corki. Also got the Trinity Force and Ezreal, Collector on Jhin. Gragas got the kill on Corki mid. Yeah, did we see that? Hey, Pony. Yeah, I didn't see. Yeah, we didn't see how Corki died. That's a shame. I didn't even realize he died. There's a big fight in the jungle right now. We're looking at mid. Blue buff gets taken by Pantheon. Lilia flashes forward and puts asleep. Who is that? Nemesis. Lilia's getting away there on like 5% HP. A whole lot of stuff happening there, but nothing actually coming out of it. Pantheon ulting in behind though. Oh no, we're going to get another repeat. Is this just going to be a Gromp take? Teleport coming in from Talia on the bot side. Dragon is spawning in 3 seconds. Gragas is proxy waving top, I just saw. And then recalled in time. I didn't get caught this time. Gragas is coming back in time for this dragon number 2 for Rats, if they manage to secure this. Yeah, so at some point Gragas killed the Corki Solo. I didn't see that. There was such a big dive happening on bot side, but yeah. It's a shame we don't get to see replays on this feed. So pretty big first turret going over to Rats here. It's not going to quite give them boots, but if they get 1 kill or 1 epic monster, then they will get boots upgrade. Currently they're just letting the tower live as long as possible just to kill off as many minions as possible, just to deny them more resources. Meanwhile losing mid tower is going to suck though. There are no more plates on these towers. Pantheon's on KFC camp right now, but I think it sucks a little bit for Rats to lose the tier 1 mid tower though. They do get the first turret on bot side, but losing the tier 1 mid this early on will feel rough for macro for the rest of the game. You've got Herald spawning shortly. So EWI do have 6 scrubs. These turrets will potentially fall quite fast. Gragas is going full on this Galio, and this Galio is tanking aggro right now. He's trying to teleport away. Is he going to get the teleport off? He does get the teleport off. I mean, that's still pretty big though. The fact that the Galio has to teleport away is huge. I think it was the Undying Despair getting aggro as well onto Gragas. So pretty big disrespect play there from the Galio, thinking that he could maybe just go for the Demolish hit. And then realizing he's going to get tower aggro. Big engage going onto the rails. Kind of stuck there. Fail to jump over the wall though, but maybe that's for the best. Galio gets the ult and engage off that. Brom forced the flash. Galio taunting and pushing away 3 members of Rats there. Kind of a failed disengage there. Ez ult just cutting through, but not quite hitting the rail. I don't think that would have killed rail. But Pantheon ulti now going onto the Corki on the top side. Talia is here too. Can she get into knockup range? Knockup goes through, Corki flash. Gosh, lots of things just happening. The Baus, meanwhile, is proxy waving still. Galio misses the charge. And this turret is actually going to go down. That's a lot of money going over to Gragas. Can they kill the Gragas? I mean, Gragas will die for this, but I think that's absolutely worth. But he's just wasting so much of their time. It's going to allow Talia to get that tier 1 top with absolutely no problem whatsoever. Is he even going to die? Lilia doesn't have ulti. Gragas is now slowed. Gragas has a tier 1 turret to fall back to. No. He just gets away. As easy as that. He's not even tanky, this Gragas. He's AP. Corki's looking to defend up this tier 1 turret, but he Valkyries into the Talia rocks. This turret's going to go down. Sometimes he ints Baus, but sometimes he frees up the map enough for his team to get free stuff. Him getting tier 2 bot, Talia getting tier 1 top. It's extending this lead into a 2.2k gold lead. And you've got Herald up now. You've got Dragon number 3 spawning in 1 minute 30. If Rats get Dragon number 3 this early on, it's going to be a very similar thing to the previous game, I think, where they're just going to have so much map control and so many options of whatever they want to do here. They have full control, and I prefer the Rats team composition overall. I think this Jhin Rel combo is looking completely lost. The Galio top was doing okay early, but yeah, I don't know. There's nothing proactive being done by EWI really. I mean, if you're playing against Rats and Baus only has 1 death, I think at 18 minutes, I think you're in trouble. If Baus doesn't already have 5 deaths at 18 minutes, you're in trouble. Yeah. Dragon is spawning in 40 seconds. Everyone's making reset timings here for this. Herald could be popped mid. in order to get down that tier 1 turret to free up some freedom to go into that dragon pit. They would really like to get that tier 1 mid tower down just for macro reasons and vision. Looks like EWI are anticipating the mid to bot side river rotation here. They're all kind of grouped up for it. Bromwall is just shrugging off everything right now. Ezreal looking for Q poke. Even though the Ez is, you know, relatively overextended there, he's relatively safe for Arcane Shift. I don't imagine they're going to be able to collapse onto Ez at all. Are they going to ride the Herald or just let it go? Mouse is in bot lane saying hi to Lilia. Rel's taking an awkward position behind the dragon. Tier 1 turret does fall. Moving into position now for the dragon. Both teams looking to contest this. You have every single ult available. This is going to be a very crucial fight here. Looks like EWI are looking to potentially give this up. Galio is just going for the tier 1 turret. He's got the tier 1 turret. Gragas ulti knocks away the Lilia. Complete out of smite range. Rel finds the engage. Ezreal is getting knocked up. He's now taunted. He's just about getting away with the Bromhill. Pantheon is getting knocked up again. Lilia ball misses. Got Pantheon and Ezreal on really, really low health. No one dies. I think that was... Overall, that's really good for Rats. They get the dragon. They're on Dragon 3. They're on Soul Point now. I will say, though, EWI did a great job finding an engage from nothing, especially when their Lilia got ulted away. That was really close from EWI getting a couple of kills and then transitioning that into Attican. That was extremely close. I think Rel did a fantastic job at getting the engage off. The Galio ulti, he managed to get the tier 1 turret and then still found the time to maneuver up to get to Rel the ulti. Yeah, the later that Ezreal was crowd controlled for a really, really long time. Even with the cleanse. Although the cleanse might have been on cooldown. Can't tell with this UI, it looks like it's bugged. But yeah, that's setting Rats into... It's their game to lose now. They got the boots upgrade, they got 3 dragons. Attican is up on bot side of the map. Baron's still not for another 3 minutes. Infernal Soul in 3 minutes. What's the plan here? You got Talia and Pantheon roaming up to top side, looking to maybe pressure tier 2. They can maybe collapse into mid with their global ultis. Gragas also has teleport, so there's like a 2-2-1 setup that's been made here. I think EWI would need to engage on the globals. You want to engage on the globals so they can't maneuver down into mid. So if you're going to engage anywhere, it has to be on the Pantheon and Natalia. Lilia ball, I was going to say misses, but does actually connect onto Natalia, but there's no real way for them to connect. Like, Corki doesn't have his Manamune, for example. Ezra has Manamune, Corki does not have Manamune. Until Corki gets Manamune, I don't think they can fight. They won't have enough damage. Jhin also is looking for Infinity Edge as well. Bloodluster's Curse is nearly getting built on the Lilia. The EWI are close to a couple of items, whereas Rats have already completed their second items, pretty much. Across the board. I think if I was EWI, I'd be wanting to just like, okay, we need to just wait until we got IE. They've got IE now on Jhin. They still need Manamune on this Corki. I think both teams, I think Rats are just playing very cautiously and safe, and that's totally fine. At this point in the game, you have Dragon Soul Point, you have the full map control. You can just wait out these objectives. You don't have to force an Attican. You don't have to force a tier 2 mids. You can just play this slow, wait for the next team fight, and just play it out. Manamune now picked up though from Corki. We'll see if Ezreal gets locked down as hard as he did in the last fight. That's going to be their main avenue. If they can lock out the Ezreal is probably the biggest damage dealer in these fights. If they lock down Ezreal and kill him early, Rat's team I think falls apart. But you're playing Ezra, right? You shouldn't get it locked down. But here we have Brom. Lots of everything being used on Pantheon here, sorry. Pantheon being brought down to half HP. Brom Q lands on the rail and she is slowed and falls over as Ezra getting a kill there. Lilia might be caught out here too. Lilia having to take the basket of the wall. Meanwhile, we've got Gallo taunting up a couple targets, but he's abandoned. He's ditched. Failed. So long, Galio. And that's going to be Attica now for Rats. That might solidify the position in the game. We've got Dragon Soul also spawning in 30 seconds. Recall timings are going to be a little bit awkward after this. It's going to take a lot of time to kill. Even Ezra ulting Attica here. And that'd probably be a little bit unnecessary. Brom needs to block some of these shots though. Pantheon gets hit by 2 of those Jhin ultis. That was very close to Pantheon dying. Do have Guardian Angel now though from the Attica, which does make it difficult for EWI to look to want to fight this though. This Baron is also up. Even if Rats don't get this dragon, if EWI commit a lot of ultis to this, Raggar's finding a fantastic position behind the Jhin. Jhin is blown up. Jin's already taken out the fight. Galio's now caught out by the Ezreal. Galio's trying to get away. He's not getting very far though. Ezreal's still chasing Galio. Galio's getting away on 2% HP right now. Ezreal finding the ulti. Ulti doesn't quite connect onto anyone. Lily's running for her life. Ezreal slows down the Talia, unable to get the collapse on there. Corki being caught out by the Gragas, but the Gragas dies with the Attica GA, so it's not really a big deal. He'd be up in about 10 seconds. Rail now dead and blown up. That is going to be it, really. I don't think there's any way that Rats lose this now, right? They have Infernal Soul. They have Attica buff here still for another minute and a half. There's no way that they can contest the Baron here. It's just pure macro gameplay now for Rats. Gragas teleported back on the map after reviving with the Attica. I think that was probably a little bit of a waste. There's the Night Grubs. Krugs even. A few members of Rats overextending still. They've got 50 seconds still on Attica. I mean, they're going to try make a pick here with the Attica and then respawning quickly. They're going to get a tier 2 here for free by the looks of it. Doesn't look like they're going to even bother contesting that. Another tier 2 turret going down. There's not great wave clear at all from EWI, and against the Baron buff, there's nothing that they can do. They're going to lose mid inhib, top inhib. The only thing they're not going to lose is bot side, because Galio's at tier 2. This is where I'd report the Galio for refusing to play the game. Lilia E engages on a couple of targets here. Jhin ulti being used. Ezra ult being used over the Jhin. It takes 50% of his HP off. Turrets are now falling apart now. So they go for kills here. We've already lost the Jhin and the Lilia. Corki forced the Valkyrie at the turret. Looks like we might lose Pantheon here. Gragas does die. Ezra forced the Arcane Shift away. There's no way that they didn't end the game here. Come on. Got Rel dead now. Corki now forced the Valkyrie away. It is a GG for Rats. That's 2-0. That means that Rats do make it into the knockout stage. Into the top 8 of the EMEA Meowsters. The EMEA Masters knockout stage. And I'll be casting that as well. I'll be casting some of those games tomorrow. Those are all happening tomorrow. I think they're best of 5s. The knockout. So I think that's where the power of Kadril and his big draft brain should be coming into power there. I think best of 5s probably suit them quite well in some cases because of that. But yeah, GG, look at that gold swing. It's just not even, it's just one way, isn't it? One way trip from what, minute 1 to the last minute. Yeah, that game 2 was the most convincing win that I've seen Rats have in the whole of this actually competition so far. That was a very strong performance. I think their draft was far better, as I mentioned in champion selection. I like the mouse being on Gragas. He's already had really good performances on him. I will say though, Crowning's performance in Ezreal, I hadn't liked it that much. Today I think he played pretty well on it. I think Reckless played perfectly on Braum. On the opposite side though, their draft, EWI's draft, I don't like at all. I don't know why we're picking Jhin, Rel. I actually honestly think they could have probably had a better time playing Corki with the Rel in the bot side, and then actually having something else in the mid lane. But yeah, GG, look at the damage on the Ezreal, 25k damage. Alright guys, GG's. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I'll be putting up these on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, do let me know what you think and how I've done, and if you enjoy this stuff, and I'll try and do more. And yeah, alright.